after you united Salvador's, Adeline offered to escort you to the teleportation circle, which she did. You guys used it, most of you successfully. Garth ended up emptying contents of his breakfast onto the floor of the circle. Placed in the city of Yanwei in the relatively early hours of the morning. You walked around for a bit, you found the guard barracks, you found the Colosseum, you found where Adeline told you Cillian would be. But everyone in there told you that none of them know of anyone named Cillian. You walked through the market, some of you left some gear to be upgraded, some of you bought some stuff. You disappointed a very lonely old man. And then made your way towards the Temple of Bahamut, which is where we left off.
Were we at the temple?
So as you guys approach...
well, do not forget to mention that someone hit on Toriel and she, well, naively accepted. I want to see how this pants us out.
Yeah, the great tutorial sex scene. So we've all been waiting for.
So you make your way to through a couple of these side streets, and you come to a sort of clearing. Looking around this bit, every building in this kind of clearing will be interested pointing towards the center of this. Appear to be temples of some sort. You'd recognize... Everyone go ahead and make a religion check for me.
Religion.
There's such thing as a religion check? That would never be used in our life.
Religion.
Holy shit, that's an intelligence. I don't like intelligence.
19, what? Why do I only get good rolls when it doesn't matter actually to me?
I always get bad rolls, that's just the rule. Also, it might have to do something with the fact that I have a minus and everything in intelligence.
Alright, I'm giving Toriel a guide tour through
the temple of my god!
Apparently those are all gods I know and familiarized myself with. Is yours Brimsigurd, the god of wind and freedom, travel and security, and those who have lost their homes.
Tiffany?
Yeah?
Make a religion check.
Give me a second.
And this here is Galfina, the goddess of the hated and despised.
This is
Maybe
Garth,
get my
not
name.
actually a
Throne
god, but
for
he
grace.
feels like one.
And the ones
15 is enough while you find it. But yeah,
Okay.
so Toriel, you're pretty much like
Plus
solely
3,
focused
so
on
it's
your
18.
I didn't hear anything, what was that?
you're pretty much focused on your intent to kind of get to the Temple of Bahamut, so you don't really notice any of the other symbols, or you kind of glance over them, but you don't get good enough looks to kind of work out what they are. Garth, however, and Tiffany, you notice that a few of these temples are familiar. There's obviously the Temple to Bahamut, which is what you guys are making a beeline for at the moment. There's a temple to the Seldarine, which are a pantheon of elven gods. They sort of
Is Zelda
govern...
her son? Sorry.
It's a group of gods, the Seldarine.
Oh.
It's a
they
pantheon.
Yeah. They kind of worship over, rule over sort of like nature and animals, hunt and stuff like that. They're primarily an elven pantheon of gods. But yeah,
It would be actually a good name for a game, Pantheon.
you do notice, Garth, that there is a temple to what appears to be Cord, who, if you were religious, you'd probably focus on worshipping, as he's kind of like the deity of strength and like trial by combat and things like that. Kind of like proving your might in a way. However, it appears to be like the symbol's like defaced. It's not very well kept. A couple of the windows are smashed in. The doors, like the door frame is like collapsed on itself, so there's no real entry. And it looks like it's been that way for quite some time, maybe a few years or so.
Well, what was the name again of the god?
Cord.
Cord.
K-O-R-D.
Okay. Cord. Cord. Der Gott des Krieges. Alright. Well, I guess warriors are either stingy, I suppose. Or not wealthy. In general.
So yeah, as you guys draw closer to the Temple of Bahamut, you notice that there's a very faint stack of like purple smoke coming from the ceiling. A little strange. There doesn't appear to be any chimneys or anything like that on it. But, you know. So you walk up to these doors, which are like these huge, reminiscent of the library doors in Rast. Beautifully adorned, decorated with symbols of dragon tails kind of snaking around the columns and wings sort of expanding out, encompassing the doorframe itself. At the very apex top of the door, there is the crest of Bahamut, which is a dragon head with 6 wings flanking out the side of it. And the door is slightly agape.
Door is slightly what?
Slightly agape. It's partially open.
Oh. I mean, it's an open temple, right?
As far as you know.
I opened the
That
door.
creature in the background on the sound file and it keeps going. "Nee!"
Do you mean the horse?
It doesn't sound like a horse, sounds like a little goat.
So you kind of push open this door. It's a little heavier than you just expect it to be. You do notice that as you are pushing it, there are deep inlaid sets of like iron bars in it to kind of reinforce the door. But once you kind of get a swing to it, it swings open freely. Open it up into this large hall with rows of seats, sort of culminating in a larger circle towards the back of the building. In the in the roof, there's a very large hole. Directly below that hole, there's it's like a large horn of a creature or something. There are various like clerics, a few paladins here and there, the occasional priest and priestess that's kind of like running around talking to each other. A couple of them like pointing at this horn, which is that smoke which you saw outside is kind of drifting off of this horn, and it's like smashed into the floor, and there's a slight crater around it. There's one tiefling paladin towards the back, kind of doing his best to sort of move it, but no one appears to be able to kind of like shift this thing. It appears to be very heavy.
They're actively trying to move it?
A few of the paladins and stronger looking clerics are.
Can I go... I go, I approach one and ask what happened.
Who are you approaching? One of the clerics, priests, priestesses, paladins?
Clerics?
Clerics, okay. You walk up and there's a few of them are kind of scattered around, running here and there. One of the clerics is sort of just praying silently. He's, I guess, trying to prevent the desanctification of the temple. As you walk up to him, he sort of turns to you and says, "Oh, hello there. How may I be of service? As you can see, we've fallen prey to a few of the local experiments in these parts. But whatever help or assistance I can offer, I'll be gladly to give it."
Two things. One, I might also try and help you with whatever happened here, and also I'm supposed to show you this, and I show him my mark, my Bahamut mark.
Yes, you are a follower of Bahamut, I see.
Yes.
Yes.
Who told you to show me this?
Bahamut.
Personally.
I'm sorry, what?
Bahamut told me to seek out the clergy here and show you this mark.
There's a heavy look of like concern and confusion on his face. He does kind of look a little joyed at the fact that maybe Bahamut has sent something to him, but he's not entirely sure as to what any of this means. Well, I will assist you in any way he has spoken. However, if I were supposed to receive a vision, unfortunately it hasn't come to me.
Well, I
Did he
was
perhaps give you a name of someone in particular who you
no.
were supposed to show this to?
He just told me out to seek his clergy, show them my mark.
Are
and-
you sure?
Yes.
Very well.
And to help, either they help me or I help them procuring Bahamut's boon.
You never told me that one, Toriel.
Well, the High Priest is currently out. He's meeting with an old friend from Thal, I believe.
He's he's meeting with my entire region.
No, just one person from it.
Oh. Do you have a name?
I don't, but he did send his squire forth. And he kind of points over to the tiefling paladin who's like
Does he have
attempting-
golden brown hair, pink skin, glowing hazel eyes?
He does indeed.
Fucking A. I go over to him. Hey, Kayron.
He's like, he's trying to shove this, or trying to get some leverage out of it. Oh, Toriel. Well, it's been a while.
You know each other?
Yes.
What
Do you have the same teacher, or...?
His name Hale.
His name is Kayron.
Where did you meet him? By your master?
Yeah, we both started under Evian. We were...
Evian. Livian.
Yes, and he sent Toriel off on a quest. I was unaware that he'd sent you here.
Yeah. He sent me to
Um,
Trymira.
What have you been up to? And he kind of drops what little leverage he had on the horn, kind of stands up.
Oh, you know, helping people, trying to sort out the mess that is the business with their former queen and former king. We're actually meeting a guy about that soon.
Really, you're planning to settle the crisis here?
Apparently.
What
ask me how.
happened here?
Well, I think, and he kind of looks at you with a look of recognition, and he sort of takes a step out, and then he drops to one knee and he bows. He kind of looks to you, Toriel, nudges you to kind of like bow and do the same.
Yes,
babe.
meet my acquaintances, Tiffany the Third of Valkyria and Garth of Saltwind.
Oh, I know, Lady Tiffany.
Oh!
He gives you like a very low, humble bow on his knee. And
Thank you.
Well, you've
Please.
acquired quite the traveling companions, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess I do.
I'm sure Avian will be very pleased to hear about this.
And what about you? Been up to any of your usual trouble lately?
Not really. I've been kept on a pretty tight leash. running drills, uh, menial quests, you know. Oh, there's a wolf in our livestock. Yeah. I just kind of want to get out, get some action, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know
I've
what you
seen
think.
plenty of it, and it's not as great as you think it is.
Well, we just
I'm
had
sure
some.
it's better.
We just had a lot of bad luck running into.
Well, considering
kinda-
everyone in this party almost died numerous times, I'd say we didn't have the best time.
Well, we're still alive, so we have actually.
It's not a bit of action if there ain't worry of death involved, is it?
I'd prefer if people stayed alive, unless this was absolutely necessary.
However, I see you need some help with that thingy over there. Did it really just fall from the sky?
Well, I thought it had. Apparently, it's not the case. Apparently, this is a common occurrence around here. Like,
Oh yeah.
jeez, horns just fall out of the sky.
Wait, what
Apparently,
was that
last week there was
sky?
chunks of buildings.
The explosion from
Wait,
some magician's tower or some.
Yeah,
Ah.
I suspect you're right.
Yeah, the magician. The priests were talking about some crazy coot who lives on the outside of town.
You have any idea what he's on about? I mean, this looks pretty mad.
Well, they told me this was part of his tower. Apparently, he has like a dragon skull crested on top of it. Pretty impressive.
So shouldn't someone come around to actually, I don't know, collect this? I heard they rebuild his tower pretty much every day
Well, he rebuilds his tower.
with magic.
I'm not sure people are prone to helping him.
With magic?
Well,
Just abracadabra like that?
I don't know. I don't live here.
where are you supposed to take this?
If you're longer here, maybe you heard something. Well,
He-
of course, out of this sacred building.
Here's this wizard guy.
He turns to you, Tiffany, and he kind of like bows again to talk to you. It's
Oh,
like,
so polite.
well, my lady, I am not from around here. I actually hail from the same region that you do. However, if you were seeking information on the priest, on the wizard, you probably do better asking one of the local priests or maybe visiting him
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
there
no.
any priests around here?
There's two. There's one gentleman who's human. His eyes are kind of cloudy, a very long white beard, long white hair, something resembling glasses sitting on the edge of his nose, slightly rosy cheeks. He's got a staff, and it seems that he's definitely getting up there in years. There's another priest also who is he's kind of like running around between clerics and paladins and kind of like trying to organize people to remove this horn from the floor, which seems to be pretty deeply embedded.
For real, care to give them a hand?
You mean with the horn, of course.
Alright,
That's why I was
let's do this.
asking where do we bring it? Just outside?
I don't know. You have to get it out of the floor first.
Well, let's try.
Here we go.
So you kind of, I guess you guys trying to remove the horn then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
together.
gonna talk to the priest.
Alright, so which priest are you talking to? The one who's organized people or the older one who's kind of just watching?
I'll go talk to the one who's watching because I'd hate to interrupt.
Okay, so
Strength throw, I presume.
yes, with advantage because of everyone else helping you. Garth, do the
Right.
same.
Oh yeah, advantage. Sorely needed.
Strength. What is
Tiffany,
Mr.
you walk up to this
What is
very
the
old
what are
man.
these rolls?
Is certainly good, yeah? Whatever, let's see. 12 and 4. That's a 12.
It's a 7.
Okay, I'll roll for everyone else in a second. Tiffany, what are you saying to him?
I want to ask him about the wizard. So I want to say, like, excuse me, who caused this explosion?
Oh, it would have been that old coot on the outside. And he kind of gestures in a direction. I'm not familiar with him, but
Do you know his name at all? Or?
he thinks to himself for a second. 1 second, I don't have my dice up. I'm sorry, my dear, the name escapes me.
Okay. Thank you for your time, and I'll go approach the other priest.
Okay, yeah, so as you run over there, I guess walk over there, sorry, he kind of doesn't really pay much attention. He's like, okay, on the left side, you ready? Right? Right. 3, 2, 1, and there's this, like, overwhelming, just like a load of people try and lift this horn from the floor, and you hear like a slight shift in the floor and a few cracks here and there, and then just straining people, and they all just let it fall again, and it seems to set back into place. Like they moved it a little bit, but not enough to remove it from the floor.
Excuse me?
Yes, my dear. I'm sure if you need assistance, someone could offer it to you.
I was actually going to ask you if you know who the wizard is who caused, like, the explosions. His name.
Would have been. It
Yes.
was either Gren or one of his little toys, shall we say.
Gwen?
Gren, yes. And he turns back to everybody and goes, okay, let's try this again. Let's get a few of you on the other side this time.
Do another strength check.
Yep.
Alright.
Ooh, hello. Something that
Alright.
actually works.
Alright, now I have shitty rolls.
Now I have a good roll. 21.
Fine. You basically lift me with you.
I just lift the thing, put it above my head and throw it away.
Okay. And you hear again. 1, 2. And this time there's and you see parts of the horn begin to crack in the center. A few shards here and there fall off. The bulk of the horn does lift from the floor. It seems that all the attempts and wiggling and seem to loosen it quite enough, and it slides out and hits onto the floor, leaving this huge gaping hole in the floor. It's like, oh, well done, everybody, well done. And kind of walks up, inspects the hole.
I pat everyone on the shoulder who helped.
Yeah, there's a couple of like fist bumps here and there, high fives.
Ah, that's a thing. Alright. Of course I fall in. Well, usually I would suggest getting a drink. Everyone together. But well, given the location, I think that's not.
One of the clerics kind of looks over to you. It's like, it's a little early, isn't it?
Well, it's happy hour somewhere in the world.
It raises an eyebrow at you, and he just kind of turns around and goes back to the group of people who are kind of like trying to figure out what they should do with this horn.
Can I actually take a sample of it? Kind of, just correct some maybe I don't know, a spleen out of it.
The spleen of a horn.
No, wait a second.
You mean
I
you
need
want
to
a few
I need to find the word.
shards?
A shard, yes. Thanks. Yeah, but actually, I'd like to get a shard for me.
Go ahead and make a Just roll a d20 for me. And your
One.
intelligence.
Alright, 1d20. Oh, come on. Oh, just 8. Please don't let me hurt myself on the attempt.
Yeah, so you, because the bits that broke off, they kind of flew off in different directions, some of them really fast, some of them really close, and then dropping it on the floor. Plus there's kind of like bits of the roof that are falling in and are kind of surrounding that area, plus bits of the stone that had been pulled from. So it's a little hard to discern what is a shard, what is like a piece of the horn itself, and what is just a piece of like building work.
Right.
I will say that kind of just like digging through piles of crap that are now on the floor, you do obtain 3 small shards of dragon bone.
Oh, that's fine. Ah! I just thought maybe, I don't... Alright, 3 little shots of dragon bone. Nice, thanks.
But the bulk of the horn that cracked is it kind of cracked, but like perfectly. So not many of the pieces did fly off. Like dragons
Alright.
are strong.
So I guess dragon bone is also pretty tough, so I won't actually be able to chip anything from it. Alright. Fair enough.
So Kairon kind of walks over to you, Toriel, and well, Avion is on his way here.
That's good.
I believe the High Priest went to go meet him. I was just kind of sent ahead to check things out, make sure everything was okay. I don't believe we're staying long, though. Are you here for a while?
At least another half hour.
So, what's your judgment on this place? Is everything alright? Or is there trouble in the air?
Well, other than the royals, everything else seems to be fine, as far as Bahamut is concerned.
Alright. Just prepare for the worst.
Kind of pulls out his mace and puts it over his shoulder and just kind of walks to the back rooms. You do see back there, the door is just open. It appears to be kind of like a training sort of room.
So, for real, are you excited to see your master again?
It's been a while. I mean, I guess it'll be good to catch up. But
What's your master's name?
I'd really,
Evian,
Evian.
as I already said.
I'd really like
It's
to see the
Evian
big man who
Braveheart.
trained you. Must be one hell of a fighter. However, can I join? Damn, I forgot to note his name. For his friend,
Kieran?
Kieran. Alright. Like the centaur? Alright. never mind.
Kairon.
K-I-R-O-N. Oh, with K? Okay.
Kai.
K-A. Kieran. Alright. Yeah, I'd like to actually join him if it's a training room. I can always use some practice.
You begin to make your way to the back of this temple, and one of the clerics who's beginning to like clean up around the broken bits of roof and flooring and such. That stops you. I believe these rooms are only for paladins.
Well, I'd only like to have a word with Paladin Kieran. Kieran, would that be possible? Just for a little while.
She thinks to herself that there's a bit of confusion, and then like it comes to her. It's like you kind of gather that she doesn't really know him. As she turns around and she runs to the back room, you see her motion, and as he's kind of just like raising his mace to one of the dummies, he's kind of he slings it back into his side. He walks back out. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I interrupt you in anything important? You seemed rather busy.
He looks at the horn. He looks around the temple, which is relatively empty, other than I guess with personnel that are there. He's like, yeah, you could say that.
Sorry.
So
Oh,
I
looks
go
like you-
pray at the shrine, by the way.
Looks like you have a nice training room over there.
It's alright. It's not the best I've been in.
But
You
it's
should see
possible.
Avion's room. That's a training room.
Self-crafted?
Yeah, amongst other things.
Could I actually... Well, I always wanted to see a paladin in action. And I'm afraid I might get a bit rusty. Care if I join you in your training session?
You've seen a battle in action, you piece of shit.
He smiles to you.
You can
for a
hear me,
moment.
you're praying.
He says, "You heard of the Colosso?"
Do I? Well, that's the scarf. I make a history check.
You would know the Colosso. You walked past it on the way to the.
Ah, the
Restaurant.
Colosseum, yeah. Ah, okay. Well, I saw it on my way here.
Yeah, I hear this town is a pretty kick-ass fighting ring. How about at sundown? Me and you go at it.
Sounds tempting, but first I wanted to have the rules explained to me.
Can I hear that? Because I wanna say Kieran. I wanna say something to Kieran after that.
Yeah,
You're praying.
you'd be in earshot of this.
Ah, okay. I mean, yeah. Do we fight until blood is spilled, or what are the rules? Do we use real weapons?
Well, if it's the same as most other Colosseums, you fight until one person's unconscious.
Alright. Fair enough. Alright, I'm in it. And yeah, I extend my hand for a shake.
He puts his hand out and grasps it. This
Can always
gauntlet
use a
in
little
his
sparring.
hand. He appears to be in not immaculate, but it does appear to be full plate mail. And he kind of grasps your hand with a strong, sundown then.
That's sundown. I'll be waiting. Okay, then I go over to Tiffany, I suppose, to discuss our next steps.
So you're going to fight in the Colosseum?
Oh, of course. I already thought about it. There's no way I come here and do not get me some challenge. This is sportsmanship.
Fair enough, I'll watch.
Will you cheer for me, my lady?
Maybe.
And I bow my head a little.
So he said sundown, and now it's around 8 a.m., 8, 9 a.m. It's pretty early. You guys got here around 6, 7.
Yeah. Alright. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do next? Once
So
we're
hold up, Toriel, what are you saying to Bahamut as you pray?
I pray for forgiveness for the terrible crime we committed.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I'm sure there's some sort of prayer to Bahamut. I'd say a prayer, and then say, "Forgive me, Bahamut, for the sin I've committed," and then I say a prayer, and then I say that again, and I say a prayer, and I say that again.
Well, with prayer to
So repeat.
Bahamut, when you're kind of beseeching a deity, it's kind of just like you talk to him, I suppose.
pretty
Really?
normally. Huh?
That is the prayer.
Oh,
So there's no
So it's not-
Catholic
there's no Ave
canon
Marias
stuff.
and stuff.
There's no freaking Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy fucking drone prayer.
Oh.
Can't
Well, then
just
my
say it, but
plan
okay.
of the half an hour of doing that wouldn't really work, would it? Then I'll just go back to plan A and say just that. And I also ask for guide me to the boon you want me to receive, perceive, procure. Words hard.
Alright, go ahead and make a religion check with disadvantage.
Why disadvantage? Just because you feel like it. Alright.
Highest is 14, or I mean lowest. Lowest number
Yeah.
is 14.
Okay. No, there's a familiar kind of warmth in your hand as you do pray. Your religion is -1?
Yeah, because my intelligence is -1.
You really gave him -1. That's great.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, so... Yes, what, are you guys just waiting for Toriel while she prays for the next half hour?
Yeah, I was gonna
I
go
think,
watch some fights.
I'll raise a prayer to Behemoth to, well, get me unharmed through the fight. Lend me the strength to show the youngster what I can, and I'll make a fool out of myself.
As you kind of pray, Garth, there doesn't appear to be any
Yeah,
like
I'm not
outer
connected
influence
to this
or
deity.
anything like that.
Alright. Well, you can pick me up at the temple of what's his face? Court. I'll be praying there too. Yeah,
So
and I make one.
you're heading to court.
Exactly.
Okay. You following him, Tiffany?
Oh, right.
Cool. So you guys make your way out back into that kind of circle of temples and shrines, over to the dilapidated, defaced building of Cord. As I said before, the door frame itself has kind of collapsed in. There's like a load of rubble in the doorway alongside like a broken door and like twisted iron bars that seem to have held it together once upon a time. A few windows are smashed here and there. It's just in a state of disrepair and decay.
Is there at least a priest?
It appears to be make a investigation.
Alright, let me investigate that. I should not have been an investigation. Yeah. Except I don't have any bonuses. Alright, let's go. 18.
I see. All right. So as you're kind of looking around, maybe trying to find like a way in here and there, checking around the side alleys, you notice two things. First thing is a human gentleman who seems to be kind of like in ragged clothes, slip out one of the windows on the side. The other thing is you see this small elfin girl around like 9-8, these glowing yellowish eyes, long golden hair, a black cloak, what appears to be like the trim has feathers fluttering on it. It looks a lot like Laylee in her human visage as you last saw her.
Lilia's Edlin's pet, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
And she kind of makes eye contact with you. She runs away down one of the streets. The human who slips out of the temple, he kind of just like falls to the floor. He doesn't land very gracefully, and he seems to have like a bag on his back, just like fixing his clothes and such, or what remains of them.
So basically a burglar in a torn down rotten place?
Who knows where he is?
Well, probably is. Well, I shot at him. Hey, you!
He looks at you, kind of furrows his brow for a moment, and stands up, slings his sack over his shoulder. What?
You know there was a door in that building.
Have you tried using it? It seems a little out of order at the moment.
Is it? Did you tell me that the door was kind of coming down and nearly broken out? Or?
I said the door frame had collapsed.
Okay. Alright. Well,
That means the top of the door has fallen inwards, like to where you'd walk through the door, and everything that it was holding up is falling into that space.
oh, okay. So why doesn't anyone repair it?
Because there's a new one.
A new one?
Yes. Head down to the pits.
Alright. You're not by any chance a priest of this place, are you?
Nah.
Alright. Well, if you're there with me, anything you
Yeah.
want to do?
No, I just was gonna wait until you're fired. It's a bit too late to go see the wizard I wanted to go see.
Ah,
So,
okay.
I'll just wait until the next day to go see the wizard.
Well, I mean, this place is so rotten and torn down. I assume it could be anything, and not actually up to anything evil.
You can
Can I
still
say-
go see him if you want.
What?
Sure, I mean, that's the only person I wanted to go see was the wizard.
Yeah, there's no reason why you can't.
Yeah.
go
Well,
to
whatever.
the
I
tower.
say thank you to this gentleman, and then make my way into the temple from where he said.
I guess I got to try and find.
Thank you for your tips, sir. I was just rather confused by your.
As you guys were talking to each other, he already started walking off.
Suspicious guy. I have nothing against him in hands. All right, let's go. Let's get into this temple.
You're trying to get into this one, or are you? looking at this?
Yeah, into the court temple, of course. Where I said I wanted.
How are you trying to get in?
Well, first I'll take a look through the window he just jumped through.
The window he just came out of is about 10, 12 feet off the floor.
Okay. Spectacular one. Nah, I'm not gonna climb there. I'm gonna take the door he described to me.
The collapsed in door.
I mean, good luck with that.
There's another one. Around the corner or something?
No, he came out of a window to the side. Around the sides of the building, there just appear to be windows, alleyways with a few boxes and barrels here and there.
Well, alright, then I
The
go
only-
to the
only,
collapsed door.
Door is at the front, and it's fallen in. Like, there's rubble in the door. Like, there isn't even a door anymore. It's essentially just a collapsed hole.
Okay. This place looks not as suspicious at all. And I think there's no reason for us to investigate it now. Tiff, you wanted to see see that wizard, did you?
I wanted to try and find him, yeah.
Alright. Shall we wait for Toriel, or should we go?
I mean, tutorial's pretty busy.
Let's say the time it took you to kind of look around this temple, question that guy, and then still try and get in. Toriel would have been done praying at this point.
Alright.
Is
Well-
Avion there then?
Avion is not there. He has not arrived.
He's coming, but isn't there. So yeah.
Can I nudge Kairon, say go easy on Gorf, he's not as good as he thinks he is.
I mean, come on. I'm not really going to hold my punches now in a fight. Especially if people are watching.
I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure I saved his life at least 3 times already.
Well, I'm not going to kill him.
Maybe.
Well, what kind of penalty would he be if it just, well, murdered the guy who just accepted to a nice little sparring? So what the penalty like? Whatever. Yeah, I guess we are making our way in the general direction pointed to us where that wizard should be habitated.
Just to clarify, Chris, the door
Yeah.
looks like that.
Yeah, that's not the door. That's just a piece of rubble. Just a fully rubbled entrance.
So,
There isn't even a temple. It's just an abandoned house or an abandoned temple.
at this point, Toriel kind of makes her way out the front of the Temple to Bahamut. Sees you guys there and makes her way over to you.
Sorry, it's a nice little comic I just found. Alright, yeah. So I guess we're all off to see the wizard,
What time
the
is
mighty
it
wizard
last
of.
time? During the day? Or is it night time?
It's early morning. It's
Sad that
really early
Evian
morning.
wasn't back. I'm gonna check
Right,
in
okay.
on to see if I can find the high priest every hour or so.
Do we know the general direction of where the wizard lives, or do I have to ask around?
There's still like plumes of black and purple smoke
So
emanating
it's-
from where.
So can I say that about every hour, or so I check in on the temple again?
It took you guys about 2 hours to get to the temple from respite.
Oh shit!
Why don't you?
But I
why
want
don't
to
you
meet
just-
Avion.
Well, tell them to leave a message for him at the temple, and well, give them our address or some way to find us. We don't have an actual address yet.
You guys did stop at the market, but I'd say it'd take you about to walk from one side of this town to the other, using the main roads, would take you about an hour.
Alright.
And we're
Oh,
in the
by the
middle of
way-
it now.
By the way, the place where we're supposed to meet this
So to walk
dude,
there,
Cillian?
there would take you about an hour.
Actually, yeah, I'll go in and I'll ask someone if they can leave Avion the message.
I mean, yeah, let's give them the address of this tavern where we're supposed to meet Cillian. We'll have to return there anyway, so... At some
Yeah,
point.
You find a cleric. The floor is relatively clear now. Lots of rubble has been swept to the side or brought outside in sacks or such. And the horn is still just kind of resting there on the floor in front of this shrine to Bahamut. A couple of priests, the two priests that are left, are debating over what they should do with it. A couple of the paladins have kind of all gone about their business or attending to other duties, and same for clerics. There is one cleric who is just kind of like finalizing up, cleaning the floors. She notices you walk forwards and she stops, expectantly looks towards you.
Excuse me, could you could you give Avion Braveheart a message for me when he returns?
I don't believe he was here to start off with, but I'm sure if he shows up, I'd be happy to deliver it to him.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you let him know that Toriel was here, and if he wants to meet me, I'll be in the Fighter's Respite later today.
She raises an eyebrow and she kind of gives you like a little disgusted look as you say "Fighter's Respite." She's like, "Okay."
Could you also tell the High Priest that I would like a word with him later today?
Toriel Braveheart, you said.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
I was supposed to show this, I say Mark again, to one of the clergy here. I assume it's the High Priest, but I wasn't given a name.
Well, most people do have, and she kind of pulls out her own holy symbol, which is almost identical to yours. A symbol to Bahamut here, but if you were told, I suppose it would be the High Priest. But as I'm sure you're aware, he's off retrieving Avion.
Yeah, I am. And
Oh,
that's all.
I'll keep those messages in mind.
Thank you. And I'll leave, I guess.
Good day.
Good day.
Continues sweeping. So yeah, so you guys off to the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Because.
I would say the wonderful visit of Yanwei, but okay. Yeah. Alright, we're wandering in the general direction, searching for smoke on the horizon, I guess. And people clearing rubble.
So yeah, it's pretty easy to see where the tower is. As you begin to walk through the city, you notice a few of these buildings have kind of like patched up roofs and sort of resembling, something has fallen through the ceiling or crashed into the wall. There are a few like burn marks on the floor. The closer you get, the more intense these burn marks are. It seems to be like of some sort of arcane nature. The building's kind of clear. There's marks on the floor as if buildings used to be here, but either like never got bothered to be rebuilt or such, or were moved to a different location. The closer you get, the shittier the buildings look, just as a rule of thumb generally. And once you get to where you see the smoke emanating, there is a large tower, quite patchwork looking. Bits of it are kind of like iron and steel bolted together with huge rivets. Other parts of it look a little older and are charred, made from stone and red brick. To the top of it, there is half of a conical roof, and set on that roof, sort of falling to one side with half the roof missing, which is where the bulk of the smoke seems to be coming from. There's a large dragon skull, which is missing its left horn.
Oh.
It's also like cracked and bits of it are falling off to the floor. There appear to be 3 doors facing you. The closer you get, you notice that the tower is actually outside of the walls, and the walls in which where the tower is are just blown apart.
Okay. So I guess we don't have to knock.
So there are 3 doors facing you. One of them is like a large door. It seems to be large enough for someone around the side, like 2 or 3 times the size of Toriel, to go in or come out of. There's a smaller door which appears to be sort of gnome-sized, and another door which is slightly human-sized. The largest of the 3 doors is built into the metal framework. The other 2 are built into the stonework.
Who takes the time to build 3 doors into his home? This guy is sure weird.
Quite
Expects a
interesting.
lot of back guests.
Your Highness, are you sure you wanna visit this man?
Yeah,
Is
of
it-
course.
What do you mean, of course? He's an odd lunatic. Just look at this house.
Yeah, it's great.
I always say, show me how you live and where you live, and I'll say, show you who you are. And this guy, as I said, is definitely a psychotic lunatic.
And as you say, psychotic lunatic, there's another explosion. You see the dragon skull kind of sink further into the ceiling. Nothing flies off of it this time, but the smoke turns to a bright pink and then returns to like a darkish purple, blackish plume as it drifts off into the sky.
But you're right. There's something something within me that, well, wishes to see the man causing this amusing mumbo jumbo.
Let's go in then.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for for someone to take the lead.
Lead
Yeah,
the
go
way.
in.
I walk in, and I shield myself just in case.
How are you guys getting in?
The door?
Well,
Which door?
The
I
one
think
that's,
the door made for my
that's
size.
big enough for me?
Oh no, wait, I
Two of
actually
the
go
doors are big
after.
enough for you.
The smaller one of the
seconds.
two?
Okay.
Could you fit through the human size one?
Me?
Tor-
I actually want to follow.
I say human-sized. I mean like your average door in this world.
I kind of want to follow Tiffany to actually take some steam for if necessary. But yeah, some damage if. It comes so far.
Do I have to draw you guys a battle map? As it stands, you guys are about 30 feet from a building at the moment. There are 3 doors facing you. All the doors are closed. We're facing this tower.
Yeah, and I said I'm following Tiff through
Yeah, and I
whatever door
take
she
the other
does.
one, slightly bigger one, but...
So you're going through a
Come on.
normal-sized door.
Yeah, they're going through the normal sized door.
Okay, you walk up to the door. Doors, the biggest enemy in D&D, I swear to God.
There are 3 doors, you have to decide.
We
just
tried to
go
open
through
the
the
door,
door.
is that so hard?
Okay, you're trying the handle. Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay, who's trying the handle?
Tiffany.
Tiffany,
And
are you
I
trying-
used the handle on my door.
There is no handle on your door.
There's no handle on my door? I push on
Just
my
open the
door.
door!
One at a time, okay. Let's start with Tiffany. Tiffany, you walk up to the human-sized door. There is a handle. It appears to be made of wood with steel bolts which are connected to the hinges.
Try the handle.
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw.
I like how you really make the action of opening a door so complicated.
19.
Because not every door just opens. Some doors are
We're
locked,
small.
Yeah,
some
but we
doors are
say
trapped,
we use the
Ten.
door.
some doors aren't even doors.
When we say we use the door, it's up to
23.
you to tell us if it works.
23.
Yeah, but I
We-
want to know, are you just pushing on the door? Are you trying the door handle? Like, what's happening here? Are you going to
Well-
examine the door before you try the door? Like, these are
23.
questions I just want to know, alright?
We just
Okay, Tiffany, this wave of, like, you feel almost ill as this wave of, like, arcane magic washes over you before it fades, and as it does, the door handle turns. The door swings open.
well, last chance to back down.
The magic seems to have no effect on you.
I'm fine.
Absolutely, and I really grin, pretty inappropriate. And then I go after her with a sigh. This is gonna be fun.
I call into the abyss. Hello?
So, peeking your head in, you see a large circular room with a few like trinkets on the walls, a table in the middle, with a few pieces of papers here and there. There's a floating book which is open. It's just kind of like slowly rotating in place over the top of the table. There appears to be a pen hanging from it. To the left of the room, there's a large double set of doors which seem to resemble the doors which Toriel walked off towards. It appears to lead to another room or chamber or somewhere. There's also, on the right side of the room, a large set of stairs which begin to spiral up around the side of this tower into the roof.
Can I push on my door now?
You push on your door,
Yes.
no effect.
It's no handle.
There is no handle. It's like a large double set of doors, which seem to join by the middle, down the middle, by like a jagged line, I suppose, of where they meet.
Can I try it? The other door.
The gnome-sized door.
And crawl.
No, the human-sized door.
Okay. As Tiffany went into that door, the door slammed shut behind her.
Really, tell me I can't try and open the door? Ah, fine, whatever.
You can try and open that door.
You just have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Fine.
Chen did tell me we have a lot in store. But he didn't tell me it was doors.
Yeah.
My one weakness.
Every time I put a door in, I'm just like, God forbid.
There, I didn't make it. Hope I explode to bits now.
Well.
Stupid bullshit doors.
Well, have you ever figured that the problem is aren't actually your players, but just the concept of doors, how you perceive it?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I should just make every building, everywhere, just have an open door. Just no door at all, just a hole in the wall that people walk
I'm going in the room. Well, it's locked. I'm go try going in the room.
Can I knock on the door? How about I knock on the door? Hey, hey, Chen, here's an idea. I knock on the door.
Okay, well first, because you tried the handle, you made your wisdom saving throw and you got 1.
Yes.
What?
This wave of arcane force washes over your body, as does you feel slightly sick, and then it dissipates, no effects.
Was I able to open the door
I'll
during
be back in a
that?
The
second.
door did open,
Great, I stepped
and
through.
you swing it open. You see Tiffany standing there, kind of looking around into this large chamber. Table in the middle with various trinkets adorning the walls, floating book with a pen hanging from it, a spiral staircase, and a similar door to the one you just tried to push on, to the steel ones to the left side of the room. As you do go through, a door closes behind you. Garth, you're left standing outside.
He came behind Tiffany.
I really, so the door just shut on me. Even if I tried
If
actually.
you were behind
to-
Tiffany, the door would have slammed in your face and you would have taken 1 point of damage.
How many points?
If you were just trying to follow Tiffany through a door, is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I tried to follow her right up.
You would have taken a point of bludgeoning damage. Singular. 1.
Really, I don't manage to roll out of the way or jump back to avoid that. I don't even get a chance to roll dexterity saving throw or something
No,
like
because it was
that.
unexpected. You don't expect doors to close on themselves.
Yeah, it really makes that make the concept of doors unnecessarily complicated.
Toriel would have got dexterity saving throw because she would have been expecting the door to close. You, however, because you're the first one to experience that, do not.
Oh yeah, because Garth doesn't have reflexes.
I'm back.
You're saying I don't agree, but hey, yeah, hey, didn't even hear you going.
Oh, I just said, I'll be back in a second. I had to go put my dish away.
All right.
Yeah, in the time you were gone, Toriel got through the door.
Yeah,
I know,
and
I heard that.
and I got
This is
basically
unnecessarily complicated to
But
get
by the way,
through.
how did we end up locked outside and still get squashed?
You didn't get squashed. The door slammed in your face and pushed you back.
And it does 8 damage? What?
1. Singular. 1 damage.
One. Okay, alright. Alright, I'm done now, King.
Not 8 points.
Jen, I found you guilty of complicated game mastering. And I sentence you to keep doing this until you improve. Alright. Yeah. I just rub my nose and say to Toriel, yeah, damn wizards.
Toriel looks at you, opens the door, walks in, the door closes behind her.
So she just made it. Right. Well. In this case I got a knock.
You hear a voice, sourceless. There doesn't appear to be anyone around you at the moment. You notice that there are a few like townspeople who were walking past where you guys kind of walk through that gap in the wall, who just kind of stop and look at you, this really confused look at your face. A couple of them with a look of worry, and they kind of carry on walking. But none of them appear to be like moving their mouths or stopping to talk to you. This voice just appears to be coming from the ether. Like always, like,
Wisdom.
what do you want?
We're here to speak with the,
You guys can't hear it. It's only Garth.
Yeah.
It's like speaking into Garth's mind.
Oh,
Well, because it would be awkward, I just think the answers. Are you the wizard and the inhabitant of this tower?
Yes, this is my tower. What do you want?
I think I found the horn which got lost on your beautiful dragon skull.
You're not a bard, are you?
Who? Bard?
a bard. Are you talking about the class bard?
I hate
bard?
bards.
A bard?
Bard is a class.
No, by any chance, sir, I can't sing at all. But I like to.
Yeah, a bard is someone who travels around and plays music.
Do you reckon they call it bard because it sounds like a bird?
Whatever, I heard you were
Real
doing...
questions.
Whatever, I heard you were commencing some interesting and rather dangerous experiments.
My experiments are sanctioned by the crown.
Yeah, I heard that too. However, my friends are already inside your tower. Would
They
you
what?
mind Yes, they entered your tower.
Voice goes
Got it.
away.
And I'd actually like to join them, or at least help you expel them, if that's what you
could
decide.
just open the door. Can I, during that time, open door again and go back out and see what's up, Garth?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'd
you
like
walk-
to do that.
Yeah, you could actually open the door for me from the inside.
I'm looking around, trying to find the, around the room. I'm like taking everything in.
Okay. Starters. Toriel, you're just opening the door.
Yeah, and go out and say,
Wisdom saving throw.
hey Garth. Oh, fuck's sake.
It's a wizard house. What do you expect?
Well, not both ways. Slightly better.
Oh, does it work?
That's that familiar feeling again. It's this wave of like arcane force, like kind of brushes over your body as if someone's just kind of like rubbing their hand along your arms and legs and torso and face. And after that, like after it covers each part of you, this like feeling of sickness seems to just like creep up that area until it engulfs your entire body and then dissipates seemingly to no effect.
Alright, is the door open?
Did you walk through it, Toriel, or did you just
Yeah, walk
hold
back
open?
out and say, oh, oi, Garth.
Toriel walks through it and the door closes again.
Hey,
Whereabouts is this
can you
door?
let me go first? I don't want to get shut out again.
Chen, whereabouts is this door? Is it another door in the room or is it the door outside?
Toriel just went back outside.
Oh,
Alright, then I go through the door which Foriel opened and say, be careful, it's probably gonna close on you.
I know.
Alright, so you try that.
And also, it makes you feel nauseous for whatever reason.
why are you leaving? You
Go
just
ahead,
got
go
here.
I checked
Oh,
for
it's like
Garth.
a
Wisdom saving throw, Garth.
What, me? A wisdom? By
Yeah.
just walking through? Alright. Well, doable... Well,
Tiffany, while you're looking around the room, like all of these trinkets, they appear to
on.
hold like some semblance of magic that you're familiar with.
I rolled a natural
Alright.
1.
Okay. You recognize some of the magics and like enchantments that have been placed on some of these items, but they appear to be like twisted and contorted.
Is it
Like-
bad?
Not necessarily bad, just extremely unconventional and
Okay.
strange to you. Like you
So
have
it's-
a decent grasp of the arcane in itself, but everything in here it seems like he's studied like another school that you're not familiar with.
Right. Do you know,
Or it's
actually,
just
this reminds me. Can we need to do another discussion about my necklace I have? Just because we need to sort out how much healing it does now.
Oh, I know how much healing it does. It's just you tell me you want to use it, and then I make you roll
I
for it.
thought I did it automatically.
No, it doesn't do it automatically. You gotta say you want to use it.
Alright, okay.
It's an action to use it.
Never mind. Just ignore that. Right, okay. So, can I try calling out to see if anyone's around?
Yeah. As you do call out, Garth comes through the door behind you. Garth, you get that feeling as well, this like surge of sickness washing over your body, and then it dissipates.
Alright.
I miss
I
my other
also
mage.
open door again. It's a 17.
17, okay. Cool. You go through the same feeling. You're in the room with everyone else. Tiffany's beginning to call out, you said?
Pardon?
You said you were calling out?
Yeah, I'm saying hello, see if I can get any answer.
Calling out. By the way, I think the inhabitant knows that we are here. I hope he'll check on us soon.
I'm like, hello, please. I heard there was a great wizard here. I want to be your Tomodachi.
What? Is what?
Tomodachi, it's friends in Japanese.
Where's this land called Japan?
So, yeah, as you start to call out, the door, that huge iron door to the left side of the room, begins to very slowly pull apart. There's like creaking groan of metal as it like slides along the stonework and recedes back.
Oh god.
Opens up to an extremely dark room with no source of light inside it. The little bits of light that bleed out from a room. That you're
Can I
currently in.
see though? Because I can see in the dark.
You do. You have dark vision, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, it appears to be like a huge workshop of some kind,
Right.
and there's a very large figure of sorts, just kind of slumped, standing there. The proportions seem to resemble that Goliath that Garth hadn't,
Right.
but much larger.
Okay.
So the wizard is a giant?
Well, you don't know. You can't see. I can.
I'm asking as Chris, not as Garth.
The door's open.
guess I j-
The light comes in.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
but-
yeah. It's,
I guess I just
not
see a
enough
huge
light
figure.
bleeding from this room to fully lighting up that room.
I just see someone coming through the door.
Yeah, as the doors kind of come to a halt, fully open, you can just see like the teeth of the doors sticking out the sides. A faint like mage light begins to flicker inside that room, and as it does, it lightens up, and you guys do see this, and it appears to be this hulking form made of stone.
Right.
These two gargantuan like wrists connected to these huge fists, connected to this giant blocky stone torso.
So it's not real.
I guess it's a golem.
Just as you think that, it looks up, and where you'd expect to see kind of like facial features, sorry, there are two like eye-type slots which begin to flare this bluish lightning as it like flickers out and covers its entire body. That lightning dissipates, and you hear this as it like raises to its full form and takes a step towards you.
Hello.
I guess he sent his golem after us.
I just say hello.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
Can I just say hello? I really have to kill her. 19. Maybe I'll go first this time.
Alright, initiative. Let's go. 2.
14.
Let's hope I get the shitty rolls end at this point.
Alright, Tiffany, you're up. This is
Um,
a huge hulking form lumbers
Swear to
towards you.
God, if I just get beaten
I
up
say hello.
a big battle.
You say hello, it acknowledges the sound, but just kind of looks at you and continues to walk forwards.
Okay. So it's just walking. Is it attacking me or?
You get the sense that its ranged attacks, if it has any, are not being used.
It's made of rock, right?
It's a giant stone humanoid.
Can't I just like transmute it into like a pebble?
That's not how alchemy works, I'm pretty sure you're aware.
I know I am. I can only make something from what I have. So can I just turn it into a giant cube?
Go ahead and make a
Intelligence?
Arcana. Make an Arcana check.
Will be like the smartest solution we came up
Such
with
bad 24.
ever.
I got 24.
Sorry, I just need to double check something.
This would be so funny. And then the fight was over, and then they all went happily ever after.
Especially the fight that unnecessary. We just wanted the chit chat.
Dude, I just want to talk with one of the enemies.
So this is considered large,
Right.
which is much bigger than you. Much bigger than Toriel.
Yeah.
I'd say you'd be able to maybe do its forearm.
I could transfer it just its forearm, okay.
Just its forearm, and then maybe next turn its upper arm, and then maybe next turn part of its torso, and so on.
We will slightly disembowel it. Why not?
The leg would be good, then it falls on its sides, right?
Can I like knock its legs so can it walk? So like mold it into the ground.
Sure, if you want to run towards it. It's about 30 feet from each
I
of you.
don't want to run at it.
You'd have to run towards it to kick it.
I guess we'll have
No, I
to.
wasn't gonna kick it. I was gonna like transmute it.
You're going to try and transmute its leg.
But I don't want to. I'm gonna have to move closer when I do that. That wouldn't be very smart.
Won't you have to touch it actually?
Yeah, you will have to touch it.
Damn, Daniel.
Well, then just wait for an opening and then run at it.
For now, I will hold transmute the action at the moment.
Okay. Up next is a golem's turn. It closes the distance to you, Toriel, being the biggest threat at the moment.
I'm the biggest threat.
Raises one of its huge stone fists,
They're dead.
clenches it, and you see like bits of dust fall from where it grips its fist together so tightly. And it's going to make an attack towards you.
By the way, this guy would better build proper doors instead of summoning a golem for his protection.
What's your strength modifier?
9?
Yeah.
5.
He just lets every stranger into his house and then sends a golem after them.
17
Yeah.
hit?
Bad
A
shit.
70 does not hit.
17 is not hit. It launches its fist towards you. You do manage to just move out of the way, and there's this giant as it like kicks up bits of the floorboards, sending a couple of blocks of his wrist flying off here and there. It retracts its arm. It's going to end its turn. Oh wait, yeah, I'll say it's ended. I fucked up. It's got a multi-attack, but
Fuck your
You guys-
multi-attack.
So Toriel was next, I believe.
I would like to summon a sword of fire, sigh, and say, do we really have to another pointless fight?
So yeah, Toriel extends a hand, and this reddish glow begins to form in her palm as she grips it. The blade of the sword engulfed in fire seems to extend from the side, before hollowing out and being just left with the flaming outline of this sword.
Then I would like to attack twice if I can. Or was that the action?
Was summoning your sword in action?
I don't think we ever clarified that.
I'll make a bonus action so you can summon it and attack. Note that down for me, but
Yeah, I'll note it down as a flame sword bonus action. Action, there we go. Yeah, then I'd like to attack twice.
okay, go ahead and roll for that.
First roll is a 10, misses I presume.
Yep.
Second roll is a 9, still misses because I can't hit a giant creature of stone.
So it's not
Maybe
that
you need glasses.
can't hit it, but that's interesting. Actually, I just read.
Hi, I'm Toriel, and I can't hit giant creatures.
Yes.
Because I'm spec savers.
Thanks,
The
Tiffany.
flame, as the flame sword seems to strike with every hit that it makes on this thing's form, the blade seems to completely disappear, and then as you remove it away, it reappears in your hand, and you make another strike. Again, where it would make contact, it disappears completely and reforms as soon as you move it away.
So in other
Hmm.
words, my hammer's away, and the thing I have, my useless fire sword is even more useless in this situation.
Maybe you shouldn't have swords.
So you can really
Garth, you're up.
early with fire. Right. First I'm gonna try to flank this thing and kinda get into its back while it's
But
my
it's
fire is
bad.
taking the
Wow.
bashing.
So that takes about to get from where you are about 5-10 feet, just to get around to the back of it.
Alright, then I do it really gracefully and cautiously.
Yeah, you do a little flourish, a little spin as you
Like a
get around
panther. Alright. Yeah, and then since it is so huge, yeah. Yeah, just the same. Nah, I'm not gonna do something crazy like jumping on its back yet. Probably, the eyes are probably a weak spot, but I'll
I'm
attack
gonna
the
do
leg
one of
for
those.
now.
Have you ever seen one of those really old movies? The really old movie. The Empire Strikes Back.
I don't have a rope yet. I did recover one. But yeah, I attack a leg. Alright, that would be an attack roll. Let me see. I mean, I still kind of wanna use use the special ability of the sword as a trump card in my duel later on when I'm facing. What is the name again? Karen. Yes. All right. The rock band goes 2. Strength goes. All right. Let's see. Come on, give me something good. A 9. Yeah. It just bounces from this gigantic leg.
Yeah.
It doesn't even notice that I'm there.
So your sword swings down, it smacks into this hulking stone leg. It hits, and even though it has no effect, you'd expect it to at least like chip a bit of the stone off. Your sword just literally bounces off of it.
Guess I'll have to do some repairs on that one.
It seems to be resistant.
Okay. Alright.
Back to the top of the round, Tiffany.
Right, okay.
Wait a second. I can attack twice, so I'll just try that again. Since I can. Oh, natural 19, 25.
Natural 19.
Yeah. 25 is the value I get at
That's
the
what
end.
happened for you on a natural 19.
It's a critical hit then, right?
Yeah. Also. Thanks. Almost forgot that.
So if you go ahead and roll your damage,
I have that.
don't add anything to it, just roll the damage.
Alright. 1d8 plus 2. Well, 4 damage.
I said don't add anything to it, but yeah.
Well, okay. Well,
So you roll the 2.
it is the base damage of the sword, which I did.
Yeah, but you roll a 2, times that by 2, makes it 4. And you add the base damage of the sword, which is 6. And when you add your strength,
6 plus 4. Wait a second, I can add 6
Your
from the
strength
sword.
is 4 since when? I thought it was like super bad.
what's your strength modifier?
My strength modifier. You mean the value went down?
The
By
plus.
50. Ah, +2.
+2. Okay.
No,
So
wait a second, I have 15 and here it says, well, in the general stats it says +2. And, that's just the saving throws. Alright, excuse me.
yeah, so you've got +2 strength, +2 from the sword. That's 4. You rolled a 2, which you double because it's a crit, which makes it 4. So it's 4 + 4, so you do 8 damage.
Oh, nice.
Halved because it's resistant, so it's back to 4.
Alright.
But yeah, this time you do strike into its leg, and that chip that you expected to see before does actually happen.
Alright.
It just kind of turns its stone head 180 degrees and looks at you.
Great, now it's gonna attack me. Why do I even bother?
Tiffany, you're up.
You got to be kidding me.
Tiffany,
Yeah,
you're up.
I know I am. Can I try erupt Earth
That's just what I needed today.
and just like completely like erupt itself? And just like completely like shatter its insides.
Come on, let her do something cool. I don't want to get beaten up.
You can indeed. It is a 20-foot cube centered
Yeah,
on that
but
point.
I've got to think about it first because I don't want to kill everyone. Everyone's like, "Man, Tiffany."
20-foot cube will hit
Just do it.
Toriel, the Golem, and Garth.
Just
And-
do it. If
and
you one
her,
shot it, I'll
probably.
give you.
And it takes 3d12.
I can survive that easily, even at top
Man's gonna be
damage.
mad at you, but I tell you, do it. That would be enough to knock me out. But however,
No, I won't do that. What about magic missile? Can I use it as a direct hit?
Magic Missile, I believe, is a focused attack.
Can I use magic missile on it?
I mean, how likely are you to actually knock us out? Come on. I can heal afterwards. That's actually one thing I can do. Fast recover.
Yeah, so Tiffany extends her hand, and these three glowing bolts, three glowing circles appear above her head, white and blue, kind of like pulsing. They kind of like spin in place for a second as she points towards the golem. They all spark off in different directions before all coming down and arcing in, smacking it on each side. So if you want to go ahead and roll 3d4 plus 3.
No.
It's a base damage of 9.
9. And they slam into a form of this golem. Yeah, and they chip out bits of its torso, left, right, and center. Golem's head kind of spins from where it initially was, around 270 degrees, and looks towards you, Tiffany. Its head then rights itself back to the front, and it turns its body. It raises its form even taller than it was before, and it begins to spin. Like just the upper part of its torso extends its arms and just spins.
So we just have to keep attacking it.
As it does, it falls apart. Like its torso unhinges itself, its chest kind of opens up, and you see this like bluish arcane light, and it just falls out of its torso. Body falls to the floor. A couple of the arms go rolling off. One of them rolls towards the door. The other one rolls towards you, Tiffany.
I shoot myself!
Its legs just kind of stand there for a second, and then drop to their knees, and then fall on the floor before breaking off into different pieces of stone. And just lays there inert on the floor.
That was something.
Well, we defeated it actually?
Well, we'll see what happens, won't we?
Alright.
Can I poke it with? I poke it with my fire sword.
I was actually a bit
The
worried
bit-
right
The
now.
bit you poke just kind of rolls a little bit and then stops.
Yeah, I'd definitely say that's. Well, I don't think it ever was alive. Whatever you call this.
Whatever it's called a golem.
Yeah, you'd be familiar with this from Avion's Tales tutorial.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's never been alive. So right now it's not dead, is it?
No, it technically classified as a construct. Someone would have built this.
Fine, now it's destroyed. Are you happy? Are you happy with me trying? Whatever. Why do I even try?
For a paladin, you're behaving a bit too literate. And too focused on details. Whatever, thanks Tiff. I was actually worried about that right now. So, I think we should thank our host for this really interesting welcome.
I like to backhand my fire sword, but keep it in my hand so it doesn't disappear.
Sure. You kind of put it to your side and you turn it around, sort of like assassin style, and just hold it.
Alright. This time I go first through the door, cause no.
Well, there's no door. Are you going to the workshop or?
Well,
There's
where-
the door that leads to the workshop, the door that leads outside, and then a spiral staircase which leads up to the next floor.
I go into the workshop where the golem came from.
Okay.
There's probably no one here, but I'll have to
Yeah.
see where it came from.
Looking around, make a perception check for me.
Perception, alrighty.
Toriel and Tiffany, you're still standing in the room with the table in the middle, with a floating book and the pen, staircase and trinkets on the wall.
Come on,
Did
come
we kill it?
on. Fuck, really?
Like, is it
Actual
actually
one.
dead? Like, literally.
Make an investigation check, Tiff.
Because I was actually going to ask to make an Arcana check on it. But I'll do an investigation first. And then after that. Because it's probably some kind of. See, I got 16 for investigation.
Okay, yeah. You're familiar with this
And then-
kind of thing. It's reminiscent of the floating islands of Valkyria, and
Oh, okay.
the kind of arcane study that your people have done on those islands. You find like traces of that in this golem, and it appears that its core, that bluish light thing that fell out of its stomach and
Mhm.
kind of rolled on the floor, that appears to be what's powered it, but it doesn't appear to have been constructed in a way that it would stay together for very long.
Well, so the wizard is Valkyrian? I
So-
don't know anything about it.
I rolled an 18 for. Was that included in my investigation? Because I was going to try and take some of the rocks from it.
The rocks themselves don't appear to be magical.
Let's put them anyway.
They are very high quality rock. It's very finely carved. This is the kind of thing you'd expect to find from dwarves. It's very well cut. It's very well mined. Not super porous, but enough that it won't have much issue with water.
So he's even using high quality stone for his golems. What a decadence.
You guys get the sense that the easier time you'd have enchanting it or doing something magical with it. Hence why some of those armors that the guy in the market was selling were so expensive.
Right, okay. Can I take any or is it too heavy?
All the pieces that sort of fell off the golem are like parts of its body, so it'd be like the entire fist fell off, or its entire forearm fell off, or its entire arm fell off. So
Basically, it just lost all the joints, and now they're just limbs lying everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, Foray can sure use the fist as a weapon.
Wait, what? I should use that as a weapon?
Yeah, like the huge fist that just lays around there. Gigantic rock fist. Yeah, rock fist. That's a nice word or name.
Yeah, on Toriel, its fist is about the size of her knee to the floor.
When Gorgarf said that, can I just take an arm and hurl it over my over my shoulder for no
Make a
reason?
strength check.
Yeah, and I didn't find shit in there. It's just
21.
too dark, everything confusing. I'm convinced that anything is going to blow up.
Yeah, it's light enough for you to get a look around there. It just appears to be a workshop for constructing golems and other sorts of constructs. You get like along the walls there appear to be like parts of other failed experiments and such, pieces of rock that have like cracked or exploded, a few like orbs with runes and other arcane symbols on it, which resemble the core that fell out of that golem. But yeah, it just appears to be a golem workshop for all intents and purposes. Nothing much interesting in here.
Can I roll again to look for money or anything worth ransacking?
I would say I would have included that in your initial thing. Most
Alright,
of
fair
the things,
enough.
most of the things that might have any value appear to be in the initial room that you guys came in.
Oh, alright.
Or
Nah,
at
I'm
least
just
value
gonna...
that you can gauge of, unless you want to take some of the cores.
I mean, you can turn it one way or another. I mean, if I just ransack the place, it would, yeah, fire the prejudice our host had. And on the other hand, he just treated us like a total shit. So, we're actually no longer bound to the rules of hospitality. Nah, I'm not gonna take anything.
Okay, look. What did you roll, Toriel?
21.
21, yeah, easy. Tutorial, like, one-handed, picks up part of the arm, slings it up in the air, lands on her shoulder, and just looks.
Oh, probably not a good weapon, but it sure has style. Alright, our dear host isn't in this workshop, so I assume he's upstairs. Shall we greet him properly? And I just let my knuckles crack. Or crack. Steve already gone.
Yeah, there's nothing I want from it if I cannot pick anything up.
The only thing that you could probably lift would be the core of it.
Ah, now we're talking.
Yeah, the core.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't even order it to attack us, but I doubt it. Doubt that it's just, yeah. We keep saying
Would it? Is it under my control?
Is what under your control?
The core, or would it just suddenly like burst out and like could suddenly like?
I know, I wasn't referring to the core. I
It
just
appears to
thought.
be stable.
Okay. So I can pick it up. Yeah, I'll pick it up.
Right. It's warm to the touch. It's very powerful. You can feel the magic within it flowing from it. Doesn't appear to be dangerous as it is.
I'll take it.
Sure thing. Add stone golem core.
So we could craft our own golem? That would be great. Or maybe just something valuable to, well, sell. Probably to Adeline. Whatever, I'll take the front and start engaging this, I tell Toril, hey, wanna make our way upstairs? Would you care to go first?
Aren't we already intruding on this guy's home? He already attacked us. He doesn't want us here.
Well, Well, he didn't tell us that we were not unwanted here. Besides, the thing might have just, well, decided on its own to go berserk. And in this case, wouldn't it be just polite to bring him the parts we collected and return it to them to him? And wouldn't it be just theft to just walk out here with the arm of his golem
Well, I would have
at the core of his
thrown
golem?
it. Fine.
Yeah. Let's
I-
just finish what we came here for.
You could just
Yeah.
say you really want to talk to this guy, but you can talk around it. It's fine.
Alright. Yeah. As I said, care to go first? Yeah. You can take much more punishment than I.
I don't think if we meet this guy, I should be the guy that he sees first.
Well, should it be Tef or me?
Yeah, someone less threatening.
Well, the point. And then again, someone inspiring respect might be the right thing. Jeff, you wanna go first? I'm not gonna go first. Who knows?
Sure.
Whatever comes down is the. Oh, fair, thanks.
Okay.
Right behind you.
So Tiffany makes her way up the stairs. As she begins to disappear from view, Garth, you're following behind her, you said?
I'm following behind
I'm
and
also following.
hold my shield at ready.
What's the marching order though? Is it Garth, Toriel, Toriel, Garth?
It's Garftorial.
Garth,
Yeah.
Toriel. Okay, so Garth, you start making your way up
I
the
just
stairs.
want someone in front of me, that's all.
As you get around halfway up, that familiar feeling that you felt when you came through the door sort of reverse rushes over your body. And you kind of have to stop for a second as your stomach begins to turn. And similar to the teleportation circle, you begin to empty what you had filled again in your stomach onto the stairs. You take 4 points of poison damage.
Every one of us?
No, just you.
2 seconds, I just
Why
pick up
me?
the toilet.
Okay. Toriel, as you get to that point, you take
50 million. Thanks. I know.
12.
Yeah, kind of figured. Kind of figured that one.
As you also empty a large portion of your stomach onto the stairs.
I guess I've been lucky.
Yeah, I opened the door 3 times, idiot.
Or... Told you nothing good comes from that.
Oh, sorry that I look out for my friends. Oh, Garf, you don't come in? Oh, Garf, oh no, please.
You can patch yourself up.
This is
Maybe
not in-game talk.
So yeah, as you guys get to the next floor, you look around and it is just chaos. There are like 6 different stoves all on, some of them boiling kettles, some of them like simmering pans, and there's things like brimming over and spilling onto the floor and such. You see like bits of smoke pouring out of them. There are stacks of books in the middle of a room. There are a few like boxes that are falling over, some of them are smashed here and there. There's a small hole in the wall. You can see the sky just going past outside. There's bits of a roof are like hanging down. There are various desks which papers have like fallen over and completely covered them. There's pens and pencils and ink which is like spilled over. Various like potion bottles and vials, some of them which are smashed and kind of like gooped together on the floor to make this like sticky, sickly sweet chromatic spill on the floor. A couple of potions do still stand on the shelves. And as you are just taking in all of these sights, this small halfling comes around the corner, draped in a very long brown robe. You!
You're at the door. What do you want?
First we want to apologize for dismembering your golem.
You did what?
Yes, it attacked us and it dropped this, and I dropped down the arm.
He puts his hands on his head and he's like, and he like runs off into the back and disappears behind a stack of books, and you guys kind of like follow around the side of those books, and as you like peer around him, he's just gone.
Ooh, he's a magician. And I grin really stupendously.
A few moments pass, he runs back and he's got like a series of
I'm
vials and books and stuff, and he begins to like pour stuff onto the arm that's on the floor and stuff like that, and you watch it as it just shrinks in size down to about the size of like a nut.
Can I introduce myself?
He picks
Yes,
up and
sir.
puts it in his pocket.
You make a habit of just breaking into people's homes and destroying their things.
Hello?
I do not intend to, but
No, I want to introduce myself.
I guess it is too late now. For isn't it? For
I suppose it is.
Hello, sir?
We apologize.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. My name is Tiffany. I arrived to you the day. I was just really curious into saying what kind of magic you're doing here,
Tiffany, who?
as I am the third.
Your last name is the third?
Yeah. It is actually, yes.
In relation to Tiffany Dion?
Pardon?
The Queen.
Yeah, the queen. I am the queen.
He looks at you.
more self-confident.
He looks at you like a quizzical look.
You don't introduce yourself like one.
Well, I don't want to present myself as obnoxious.
Well, that's too late now. I was.
Yes, it is too late.
I'd rather people see me for who I am than nobility.
Yes, and you appear to be someone who breaks into people's houses.
Yeah, I am, yeah. I just like knowledge, okay? I wanted to find out what you were doing here.
Now, what does it look like?
And
That's what I wanted to know.
Tiffany,
Not really
well,
successful.
because you missed the like this room is just a mess. There's like a load of stoves and pots on different sides of the room, like boiling over, and kettles whistling and like spewing their contents into the floor. Stacks of books and papers that have like fallen over. Broken bits of ceiling hanging down. There's a hole in the wall. The floor is littered with papers and inks and like mixes of potions and things like that, and just a whole manner of arcane things just dotted around, but it doesn't seem to be any like order or anything like that. It's just a complete mess.
Do you reckon you could teach me how to do the explosion thingy?
What explosion thing?
Well, there was an explosion when we entered the town and smoke came off the building.
There's an explosion every day.
Yeah, I want to know how to do that.
It's not intentional.
Oh,
You
Yeah,
do
but-
the same mistake every day?
I'm actually a bit shocked because what he didn't
He-
thought of Tiff as something so violent.
He walks over to you, Toriel, and you've never had this feeling, but he comes up to about halfway up your upper thigh,
oh,
and like
oh,
now you get a good look at him. He doesn't appear to be like super old. He's around maybe 40, but it seems that he only looks that way because of some arcane means.
memes.
Like this, like the more you examine him, the less
Arcane
discrepancy. Like
memes.
it's hard
Okay,
for you.
memes.
Yeah, it's hard for you to
Arcane
get like a read of his actual
Memes.
age, because the longer you look at him, the more it like changes. Like sometimes he looks maybe like 20 years old. A couple, the other times he looks like maybe 60. But right now he looks around 40 years old. He just stares you right in the face, and for the first time, someone a third of your size makes you feel small.
Have you ever discovered anything?
Asking the real questions here.
Well, Is
Depends
finding me in the
on-
desert
Have
discovery?
you ever created anything?
A baby.
Are you a great scholar?
What? You have a child?
I would say no to the last
I
one.
didn't
but-
think so.
You could be a great scholar, Chen, when you download Final Fantasy XIV.
He turns to me. He's like,
What?
I'm so sorry.
So, yeah, we just got our intention since your experiments tend to cause a lot of harm to the people around.
I
Would you
don't harm
mind?
anyone.
Would you mind if I looked at your notes?
Have you ever looked
Yes,
outside
I
the
would.
window?
Aw.
Have you ever looked outside the window? All those smashed roofs?
you, you look around. The windows are covered in like soot, and
There are no windows.
there are a few windows, but they're all covered in soot or just like
They're effectively
caved in.
non-existent.
And the only kind of like natural light in this room is the hole in the wall, and that faces the outside of the city, like away from the city.
Can I please read your
The
notes?
horror of your dragon actually landed in the Temple of Behemoth.
Why
It
do you
did
say-
what?
Why do you say Bahamut really weirdly? You say it with like a lisp.
Yeah, the horn of the dragon skull you used for your home just landed in the Temple of Behemoth.
But why did it do that?
Because
Well,
it
I suppose
it
your
flew
explosion
there
just
because
stored
of the
away, and
explosion.
the ballistics with some strange winds might have carried it there.
He looks confused for a second, and he runs into the back, and you see that there's like a ladder, and you watch him climb it. This ladder, judging from how it looks from where you are, it'd take you about maybe 10 seconds to climb it, 10, 20. It takes this guy a better part of like 5 minutes to climb this ladder.
How did you even obtain such a huge dragon skull?
Do you have anything useful to say? Anything
Can I
at
read
all?
your notes?
We have a lot of questions.
Please.
And he says, and he continues climbing up. And
Can I please like persuade him to let me read them?
you can give it a try when he comes back down, or if you want to go up and follow him.
Can I like
We could just
climb up behind him?
maybe you could just take them without him knowing.
Yeah, you
What
climb
are we
up
actually
behind him.
doing here, Tiffany? Just making fun of him, or
You
are we
get to
actually
the
gonna
top,
help him?
and you're in like the roof part of this tower. Half of the roof is missing, and half of the other side of the roof seems to be like inside the dragon skull. It kind of like hooks it onto the keep, and he's just dumbfounded, like looking at the part of the horn that's gone flying off. Looking into this room, there appears to be like a number of like runic symbols and things placed around, which the plumes of that purplish smoke appear to be coming from.
Well, in this case, I'll follow it. Yeah, and just say, "Well, see, told you." So, where's my reward for finding your horn?
Can
You just
I
smile
read your notes?
really weirdly.
He looks to you. Well, where is it then?
As I said, in the Temple of Behemoth.
Well, why didn't you bring it here?
Well, would I actually get something for that? I mean, it would take me a while and a lot of energy.
You will get the satisfaction of helping me.
I'll think about it.
Can I read your notes?
How about no?
He turns
I
up
mean-
to you, Tiffany, like with a really like kind of pissy, slightly annoyed look on his face.
And what do you hope to find in my notes exactly?
I just
Why
like
are you even
knowledge.
here?
I like knowledge.
As do I. You know where the library is.
And I make a proficient in persuasion.
What are you saying to try and persuade him?
Please let me look at your notes. I'm a queen, for God's sake. 11.
That's a good argument.
Do I need to add? So will I add my persuasion and then the proficiency bonus?
Yeah.
Oh, I've already added the proficiency. So where's persuasion? 15.
15.
That forget a guy.
What's insight, by the way, guys?
He didn't even ask what he was actually researching.
My insight.
You just
No.
immediately gonna ask for for his
what
notes.
is insight based off of? Is it intelligence or is it charisma?
I'd say intelligence. 'Cause
What's
you're
it,
like,
say, what's it say on the sheet?
It says wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. Cool. All right. 20.
I need to do another roll.
He looks at you. He says,
I don't care if you're a queen, a pauper, a merchant.
Please.
These are my notes. I spent my entire life making these.
What a waste it would be for no one to ever look at them.
Whatever,
I look
sir.
at them.
Sir, if I may interrupt you, you seem like someone who could use help, and we are people who could use some coin. I think we can get to an arrangement.
he looks over at you.
What kind of help?
Getting that horn.
I do not know too much of the arcane, of course, but I'm certain that there are materials for your project that you weren't able to acquire yet. Otherwise, a great mind like you would just have accomplished his goal a long time ago, wouldn't it?
Make a persuasion check.
Alright. Can I persuade? I should have taken proficiency in that one. Persuasion? Say what? Alright. Oh, 19. 24.
Well, I suppose I could find some use for you.
That's what just I thought.
Are you familiar with Rusva?
Am I? Rista?
Rusva.
How do I write that?
R-U-V-A.
Are you sure about that?
Are you?
R-U-S-V-A.
Rista. Rista.
Rusva! Va!
Rista.
Va! R-U-S-V-A! Rusva!
Rispa.
Yes!
Well, no, really.
Clearly not.
It lies to the northwest. My old tower is there. It looks a lot like this one, but without a dragon.
Okay, so that's cool, actually.
He's over there at Ristva.
Rusva!
And you left something there, or what?
I did. A very large tome.
Alright.
I will compensate you with what even menial, what is it, coin these days?
I'm reading your notes.
She just
Well, what? Well,
Very well.
that.
If you bring me the tome, I shall grant you access to my notes
I'm looking over my
under
tower.
supervision, and I shall pay you.
Ah, thanks a lot.
The notes!
But only when you return the tome.
Of course. Of course, a deal is a deal, good sir. May I ask you now what you actually are actually researching here?
A secret.
Something for the Queen, I heard.
Well, I'm not sure who it's for at the moment, but
But you're getting paid or what? Huh?
you don't need to worry about those things.
No, I'm just interested in.
I
Maybe
don't
a bit
care
too.
who it's for or what it's used for. I simply seek to uncover the great secrets of the arcane.
Me too!
True man of art and true man of science. My respects. Alright. Then I shall no longer steal off your precious time, sir. Have a nice day.
Before we leave, could we at least get a name to the face?
You already know the guy's name.
Do we?
I do. It's called Gren.
I'm surprised you haven't used it.
What, just constantly saying, Gren this, Gren that.
Gren, how did you figure that one?
I talked to
How
someone.
did you learn my name?
I spoke to someone.
Who?
Alright.
It was a priest.
What
Alright.
priest? I'll know
Alright,
your
Mr.
priest.
Gren.
I'm
Alright,
sorry.
Mr.
I just wanted to know your name, okay?
Gren.
He gives you like a quizzical look.
That's nothing you should be worried about, sir. Well, guys, I'll be waiting you down down at the tower. See ya.
And next time, knock first.
Well, I did. Well,
And then you broke in.
You
Yeah,
almost killed me.
yeah, that's standard procedure with us. Alright. We'll
Good day,
behave
sir.
next time. Goodbye. Alright, do I have to make another saving throw going through the door? Back.
You do not.
Alright.
By the way, Jen, I used
My
the
owl
door.
is with me.
What?
My owl is with me.
By the
My
way,
owl
Jen, I
is with
used
me.
the door. I get through the door, I use the handle.
Yes, all of you. Actually, Garth opens the door and it doesn't close behind him.
This
Oh,
time.
man.
Wait, the door looks like a door, holy shit! That's
Yeah,
not
it's
Shen's world.
It's almost as if someone gave you permission to leave.
It's almost like this isn't Shen's world anymore. This isn't. No! We're not in Trymira anymore.
I actually agree with Jen. Yeah, so wizard might. If I was a wizard, I would actually, make it a bit difficult for people to just go into my
Yeah, but I'd
house.
lock the door.
Yeah, that also. But yeah, that's.
It's the easiest way to stop people getting in. Not some nauseous, dumb stuff.
I suppose
Doesn't
he.
even kill me. Doesn't even knock me unconscious. No, it just makes me a little bit nauseous.
I suppose he would lose a key, and he doesn't get too many intruders or.
Anyway, go back to the Bahamut temple. See if any people I know return.
Yeah. All right. I gotta go to bed now. See you guys. Yeah.
As you guys kind of exit the tower, you make your way back through.
We all
the
make a dexterity
broken
saving
wall.
throw.
We all do a backflip.
You get into the other side and you jump on your turtles and fly up into the sunset. So you crest the other side of this broken wall back into Cathrophera people, and you see a very familiar face sitting or leaning up against the wall, just kind of watching you exit the tower. And it's Cillian with that large grin, toothy smile, arrogant look of arrogance on his face.
Being a pure elf and stuff. What is he look? Can I actually have some descriptions of Cillian and Gran?
Gren, as I said before,
Halfling goes up to my mid thigh.
yeah, draped in very heavy, like leathers, like a wizard type cloak, part of a shawl swept over his shoulder. Majority of his body covered by this cloak. His face, you're not entirely sure what he looks like because it changes.
Yeah, he looks younger, he looks older, depends.
Cillian, however,
Try and guess what?
what?
I know where they get that mount from.
Yeah, you said you get it from the arcade, right?
Yep, and it costs so much.
Cillian, I believe, has blonde hair, average height around 5'12". He wears black leather armor with a black cloak with a clasp on it, which you now notice to be the same clasp that everyone in this sort of shady underground society wears. However, he always has his hood down, carries a small dagger to his side, very thin, long features, large mouth, very toothy grin. His canines are sharper than usual. Hazel eyes.
Behind those hazel eyes. Actually, I just remembered, Chen. Do you know how I talked about how my Tiffany